Oh boy, is it bad to be a BioWare fan, and a Ubisoft fan, and a Bethesda fan, and a Blizzard fan, to be honest. Man, it's a bad time to be any AAA gaming fan, honestly. But in any case, BioWare has news, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure all of us are gonna be happy.
Salutations, everybody. It is Maddie here today, and we're sitting down to talk about Mass Effect because BioWare has greenlit a television show for this franchise, and wait till you see.
Oh boy, that sounds bad. No, seriously, considering what's happening with with Mass Effect 5 and now has happened with Dragon Age Railguard, bruh, if he doesn't start and the cast currently is 3 out of 5 friends, I'm gonna lose my mind.
The staff that's going to be heading this thing up. You are going to get whiplash, I promise you. We're also going to talk about how BioWare has reconfirmed, emphasis on reconfirmed, we'll talk about that later in the video, on Dragon Age Veilguard not getting DLC. Heads are down as they're focusing on the next Mass Effect game. But more than anything, I wanted to talk about
500k sales. Gee, I wonder how these black elves didn't sell good enough.
what was going on here on N7 Day. BioWare did post in advance that it was going to be a more quiet N7 Day because they just launched the Veilguard. And quite frankly, I think they kind of read the room and understood no one was going to be super excited about anything Mass Effect in light of the Dragon Age the Veilguard launch, and probably wanted to take a year to regroup, gather themselves, and maybe ramp things up next year, which I think if you're a business...
Well, yeah, we know what's happening with Mass Effect 5. It's going to be made by the same people who brought you Veilguard. I mean, gay guard and trans guard. Are we saving the universe? Not unless you're trans, buddy boo. Yes. It is literally a horror show.
This was probably the best call you can make. They did confirm that there is an expedition for No Man's Sky featuring Mass Effect. I haven't played No Man's Sky in years. I don't plan to play it again, but I know this is pretty cool for a lot of people who are hopping into that game, and you get a little bit of Mass Effect over there. And over on Destiny, they brought back some of the cosmetics for Mass Effect, but nothing in the form of big teasers that are going to give us an idea of what's happening with the plot of the next Mass Effect game. So we'll probably talk about that sometime.
Wait! There was some news about the gaming company that was in, again, some kind of Malaysia or someplace like that, you know, femboy associated, where some kind of gaming devs were got by the government for money laundering. Does that have anything to do with Mass Effect? Why do I think it does?
Time next year. But for now, let's get into what BioWare is doing with Mass Effect. Beyond moving on from the Veilguard, they have confirmed through Variety that the Mass Effect TV series in the works at Amazon from Fast and Furious 9 writer. Okay, let's continue on here.
Oh boy, Fast and Furious 9. I'm still trying to finish Fast and Furious 4.
Mass Effect TV series is officially in development at Amazon MGM Studios.
Let's go!
Exclusively.
Oh my god, let's go, boys! This is gonna be so bad. Holy shit. Amazon's crowning jewel currently is literally the Rings of Power. Oh my god. And the greatest claim the Rings of Power has is, oh, look at that on season new. Where are all the haters talking about how bad the show is? Yeah, the haters left because no one wants to watch it. It's not even worth talking about. And these people are gonna now make the Mass Effect TV show? Holy moly, is this gonna be bad.
Daniel Casey is set to write and executive produce the adaptation.
Who is Daniel Casey? What kind of critical acclaim does he have? Daniel Casey? Okay, let's see. Daniel Casey is an actor set to write and execute. Is an English actor. He is best known for playing Gavin Troy, the original sidekick of DCI Tom Barney for the first 6 series. I don't even know how to pronounce half the fucking words there. I have no idea what that is. What is he doing now? Apparently, nope. Cassie. Claim. Okay. I can't find what he's actually doing. Is he gay? He has been married to Ellie since... Who the fuck is Ellie? They have 2 children. Is he gay? Oh, Oh! Well, boys, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but the Goyim are not gonna be happy, okay? That's who Cassie is. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Karim Zrake, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, will executive produce under his Cedar Tree Productions banner, with Ari Arad and EA's Michael Gamble also executive producing. Cedar Tree is currently under an overall deal at Amazon MGM Studios.
Who are these people? I have never heard of them. Well, admittedly, that's arguably a good thing to a degree here.
Plot details are being kept under wraps. It was previously reported in 2021 that Amazon was in negotiations to develop a Mass Effect TV series, but now there have been no updates on the project until now. There had also been various attempts to develop a feature film based on the games, but that project never materialized. And you may recognize that original rumor because we did cover it in the lead up to Veilguard and trying to track what was going on with Mass Effect. In the meanwhile, is that Henry Cavill actually posted on his Instagram account this script here saying secret project or just a handful of paper with random words on it. Guess you'll have to wait and see. Happy hump day all. And it's there that if people enhance the image, which they did, you would see on the script itself were many references to Mass Effect terminology, which gave it some level of legitimacy that something was in the works. This was an official teaser, if you will, that Henry was going to be involved in what was happening with Mass Effect. However, that has since gone cold. And
well, Henry being a Mass Effect player could actually make sense, true, but I mean, damn.
It has now been greenlit again, according to Variety, and it is with the most interesting group of individuals I've seen. Now, Mike Gamble being involved is great news, right? This guy, I think, gets Mass Effect. He's continued to try to reassure people when it comes to tone, whether it be the actual dialogue, which he said is going to be much more mature, like the original trilogy, or tone visually, which he said is going to...
I think these are all lies, by the way. There's no way Mass Effect is not going to be woke, okay? It's going to be probably the wokest shit ever, in fact.
Lean more into photorealism. I think he is trying to massage concerns as best he can, but playing is believing. We'll see when we get to that launch. So his involvement is a good sign. And I think with the Fallout TV show, it's taught me to be open-minded. But look, I am not going to sit here and cap, okay? When I see...
The world has taught me to be closed-minded and care about those who are nearest to me, and not think about those that I cannot even see.
Fast and Furious 9 writer for what I think is one of, if not the best sci-fi story in gaming, and definitely one of gaming's best trilogies, handling Mass Effect. And on top of that, you have Ari Arad, who is just on the producer role for the awful Borderlands movie. Keep in mind, this is not Avi Arad.
Oh, shit.
Almost made this mistake. This is Ari Arad. Avi Arad, however, was connected to those horrible decisions surrounding, say, Spider-Man in the past, like with Spider-Man 3, including a ton of villains in the Sam Raimi trilogy, which ended in, I think, a lackluster conclusion, although very meme-filled. That was because of him. However, Ari Arad has arguably just as bad of a track record.
Borderlands? Yeah, that's a dud. Uncharted movie, never watched it, never even heard about it. Ghost in Shell was... pretty sure trash, but I honestly never heard anything about it. Ghost Rider was absolutely trash. Punisher Warzone, I'm pretty sure that's really bad. Iron Man? Wait, is this the original Iron Man? Or am I tripping? Don't know. Another Ghost Rider, the Invincible Iron Man. Blade the series, what? The main thing, the Punisher. The 2004 Punisher. That probably be painful.
Known for meddling in creative decisions around Marvel itself, but also serving as the producer for many of Marvel's worst films. Some of these are guilty pleasures, but look, I mean, when your highest rated movie is a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes and Ghost in the Shell, and your lowest is the god-awful Borderlands movie, and you attach to yourself all...
Wait, but people liked Uncharted, so maybe it was good. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't hear anything spectacular about it, but people seemingly liked it. Huh. Oh, Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, I remember people saying, yeah, it has Scarlett Johansson, but that's not enough to make it good.
All these other ones in Ghost Rider, which I thought was cool as a kid, but I don't think it's aged well. The Punisher from 2004, and your best movie really being one you executive produced in Iron Man, which got barely 8 stars. And as someone who's seen that movie, I don't know. I didn't think it was bad, but I also didn't think it was amazing. I just can't help but feel a little concerned at the selection of talent for what is a interweaving galactic plot of massive proportions. It's not like his name turns stuff
It sounds like it's gonna be just a disaster.
into gold. And I don't want to oversell one person's role in an entire production, but I can't look at this and go, yeah, awesome track record. Kareem Zrake has a much more impressive track record, comparatively speaking, but it does bring into frame one element that I think gamers may find a bit concerning, particularly if you're a BioWare fan and played Veilguard. You'll see here, best known for things like National Treasure, we love that, but really, it's
Legion. Oof.
Daredevil. That's the standout one, producing what I think is one of the best TV shows out there, especially in Marvel. But you'll see, had a hand in a lot of the recent Marvel TV show.
Ooh, MODOK TV series. Jesus, that's probably bad. Hellstone, no idea. Legion, okay. Did people enjoy that? I kind of big doubt. Jessica Jones, bad. Cloak and Dagger, bad. The Gifted, no idea what that is. The Punisher, that's good though. That's good though. Daredevil also is critically acclaimed good. Iron Fist, the shit. Luke Cage, I think that was shit, but not sure. Runaways, no idea. The Defenders, no idea. No idea. No idea. No idea.
Pushes. You see Jessica Jones there. You see the Punisher there, which is excellent. Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jericho's there, which I know a lot of people really enjoy. I know nothing about, but TV's not my specialty. I can only identify some of these. But what you're
shit, Jericho, eh?
Noticing here is a consistency in Marvel. And this was one of the big problems we saw when it came to Dragon Age, was that it felt very, for lack of a better term, Disneyified, Marvel writing inspiration, Pixar writing inspiration, which works well in their own respective pockets. I'm not a Marvel hater like many people are out there. Like, for example, Deadpool and Wolverine was excellent, but there are some recent things in Marvel's push on Disney Plus, like Loki, that I thought was excellent. So I don't see Marvel and turn tail, but it does start to depict a level of what talent is BioWare seeing as appealing for their Mass Effect show. And when you look at their recent video game, I'm not going to draw a massive conclusion here, but more...
That's my cum dump wife right there. She may be autistic, but God almighty, those hips were made for one purpose. 10 out of 10.
Massive conclusion here, but more so I think it's important information to create proper expectations. Again, what I care about is quality, but when I think Mass Effect, I don't think trying to go get Marvel talent personally. Going back to a good example, with Fallout, you had Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy tapped on the shoulder for the Fallout TV show, and this worked really well because of the sci-fi roots there that you'd find through Westworld, you'd find through Interstellar.
Again, if we ignored the Goal and Lucy's storylines, the show is a complete disaster. But their storylines are really good.
Obviously, Jonathan Nolan has a spectacular track record, so there was also that attached to it. So I do think quality talent goes a very long way.
Listen, I honestly don't care what kind of BS talent you have gotten for this. Current day Amazon, current day BioWare production, bruh, it's gonna be woke, okay? Shepard is gonna be triple trans, okay? That's it. That's it. Every single companion quadruple trans and gay and non-binary. There's no way around this. It's gonna be bad, and the writing is gonna be like a 5-year-old's, okay? It's gonna be Dora the Explorer tries to write poetry. It's gonna be the Teletubbies are talking in full sentences, but they are still the Telefucking Tubbies. It's not gonna be good.
as we've seen. In fairness, Daniel Casey also did work on 10 Cloverfield Lane, which a lot of people did enjoy. So again, I will try to keep an open mind, but this combination
I mean, it depends on what they have done with that. Maybe they had no decision-making power. Who honestly knows?
people, Michael Gamble withstanding, does not breed a strong level of confidence within me. The real question is, what story do they want to tell here? Do they want to retell
about sexually finding one's place in society and the dangers and badmen of society? Maybe they're gonna stop a evil dictatoric figure from rising to political power. And they could call him Orange Man. And people would say Orange Man bad. Yes. Yeah. That seems like the type of story that people would resonate with. Because Hollywood knows that the people of America made the wrong choice. And that is very actual and shit. So, yeah, it's gonna be bad. No matter honestly what they do, it's gonna be bad.
tell the original trilogy? Do they want to tell an original story within the Mass Effect universe? I think the latter option is the best choice that you can do. I think BioWare is already taking somewhat of a big risk when you look at what they're doing with the next Mass Effect game, right? They're going back to N7. You see Liara. There are going to be tendrils now connected to the original trilogy, which many of us hold in high regard. I think if you want to strengthen it in the level of attention it's going to get, tying it to the original trilogy in some way makes sense. But there are ways for BioWare to do this without, I think, stepping all over the toes of characters like Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian, and so.
Oh, they're gonna do that. You know that they're gonna do that. It's the same with the Dragon Age shit, okay? They retconned a lot of story elements because obviously these modern day creators of Dragon Age, they think that they are better, okay? The previous Dragon Age entries were bad. And they knew how to make it better. And thus they did. And that means that the source material in whichever way that they change it is better now. And that's the same going to be with Mass Effect. They are going to destroy Mass Effect's legacy. That's what's going to happen. This is how these things happen. This is how Hollywood has operated for forever with adaptations of literally fucking anything. They always think that they know better, and this rando thing with literally tens, if not hundreds of millions of fans. Yeah, that shit, we actually know in Hollywood how to make it better, and then they destroy it. And then they do it again and again and again and again. Same thing is same thing is happening slowly with gaming, where these new people who don't respect the source material, who probably honestly fucking hate the source material, think that they can do better. No, they know that they can do better in their own minds, sadly not in reality, and then they mess it all up. They kill what once was in the name of the new. It is not just enough to create a new direction. The old direction needs to be destroyed, because then your legacy is certified.
So on that we've come to know and love. Ways they can do this is covering the sort of lead up into Mass Effect 1. One such selection for me would actually be the First Contact War, right? This can serve as a prequel, as a lead up into Mass Effect 1. You basically have this conflict that occurred almost 30 years before the first game takes place, and it's about, making contact with that first Mass Effect relay and how the Turians responded, and there was a conflict between the two races. And I think you could build out the lore in a really interesting way in a TV show that kind of serves to build up what leads into the Mass Effect trilogy without stepping all over it, because then you have to think, if you're BioWare in this position, you can then tell people, go check out the game to continue that story from where the show left off. There is also a gap between Mass Effect.
That's also really dumb, okay? This is the same reason why Fallout 3 and New Vegas is slowly just getting forgotten, because even if a game is good, if it's like fucking 20 years old, man, that still means that people are not gonna play it because it's that old. Even if it's good, people are gonna choose to play the newer things because that's just how we work.
3 and presumably where the next Mass Effect takes place. There was also that jump with Andromeda. There was that leftover DLC that never happened with Andromeda with the Quarians. And do they pick up there? I don't think so. I don't know if that would make a lot of sense. But this could be the connecting tissue between the end of the original trilogy and the start of a new Mass Effect trilogy, whatever that may be. There's a lot of thoughts I have on it, but ultimately, I can't act like I have complete confidence here in the staff that they have amassed. At least with Fallout, like there was a good match there. There were true Fallout fans on the case, but
then why did they kill and butcher the Fallout lore? Again, anyone who is gonna try and argue that, oh no, they didn't butcher and rewrite already existing Fallout lore, they did. The Fallout TV series completely has destroyed almost all of the lore that came before it. It is insane. Anyone who tries to argue otherwise is just blatantly bad faith.
Look, again, I'll keep an open mind until I at least see the trailer and go from there. But on paper, when it comes to staff, well, just a touch concerned on some things here. But nonetheless, let's talk a bit about what's going on with Dragon Age the Veilguard DLC, which if you watch this channel...
It's not happening. That's pretty much it. GG. Anyway, that was Mr. Matty Place 10 out of 10. Bye.